We're going to talk about mastering the act of risk-based selling. And what is this all about? I want us to pay attention. When we talk about mastering the act of risk-based selling, what are we talking about? Let me start by asking you a question. Which would you respond to more? Right? Which of these will you respond to more? If I tell you, come and do this business, come and join my team. Because if you join my team, you will travel to Mauritius, you can buy a house. If you join my team, you can travel the world, you can have money, you can become a millionaire. Or if I tell you, come and join my team. If you join my team, you will be able to raise money and pay your rent. Your landlord will no longer be able to throw you away because you have the money to pay your rent, right? Come and join my team. I see that your kids are always out of school because they can't pay school fees. My business will give you what you need to be able to take care of your school fees. Come and join my team so that your family can stop going hungry. They can begin to eat better instead of going hungry every night. My business can help you attain that. Come and join my team so that your wife will become a happier woman. Your kids can become happier children because the money that can come from this, small money that can come from this business, can allow you make more money and give them what they are looking for. Which one would make you want to join my team? Is it the first one that talks about all the gain, or the second part that talks about the pain that you are currently experiencing? Which one will make you react more? Come to the chat room, drop your answer. Which one? Everybody saying the second part, the second part, the second part. Exactly the point. People respond to two things, to gain or to pain. People respond to two things. They respond to either the pain or they respond to the gain. But I want to let you know that people respond to pain way more than they respond to gain. Do you know why they don't respond to gain that much? Because they don't know how it feels to be in the gain. When you tell somebody, come and do this business, you're going to start driving a Bentley Continental. You're going to start driving a Rolls Royce. You're going to have a 6-bedroom duplex. This is a man who lives in Face Me, I Face You. He has never lived in a 6-bedroom duplex. He has never entered a 6-bedroom duplex in his life. He doesn't know what it feels like to be in one. He doesn't have a bike, not to talk about a Bentley Continental or a Rolls Royce. And you're telling him to come and buy it, to come and do this business because he's going to get a Rolls Royce. He is not connecting to you. But if you tell this man that this business will stop you, will stop your landlord from chasing you out, from embarrassing you. This business will stop people from embarrassing you because you're owing them. This business will stop your children from going home, going to bed hungry. Now they can connect with you because it is a life that they are familiar with. People respond to pain more than they respond to gain. So what I'm going to be discussing today is a very simple concept. Type this concept down and write it down. Don't sell the benefits, sell risk elimination. Write it down. This is closing. What I'm teaching you here today are concepts that can help you close people down, because closing people down is a mindset. Don't sell the benefits, sell risk elimination. Don't sell the benefits, sell risk elimination. A lot of people sell benefits, right? When you sell benefits, people typically might not even be able to connect. But when you sell the elimination of risk tied to that thing, tied to that benefit, then you begin to sell to people what they can connect with. Don't sell the benefits of our business. Sell the risk elimination that they can achieve through the business. So this training is designed to transform the way you approach your selling your business. It's designed to transform the way you approach recruiting people into your network marketing team. That's what we're going to achieve this morning. And the key principle here is people don't buy because of the benefit you offer. People buy because you alleviate their fears and you reduce their perceived risk. That's why people buy. They buy because they don't buy because of the benefit you offer them, but they buy because you alleviate their fears and reduce their perceived risk. When you are selling this business to somebody who is about to retire, you're not selling this business to the person by telling him that this business will make you successful. You are telling him that this business is going to be the backbone you will have after retirement. You're going to tell them how this business, because they are afraid of what's going to come with retirement, you are telling them that even though your retirement benefit is not significant, this business is giving you what you need to be able to live a fearless retirement, to go through your retirement years without fear, because of the backup it's going to give to you. That is what you are selling. And I'll tell you how this whole deal is going to be done. So by the end of this training, you're going to be equipped with a powerful approach to shift your conversations from benefit focused to risk focused. And this will ultimately lead you to higher conversions in your team. So you want to remove your mind from the benefits and put your mind on the risk. So for everybody you are discussing with in this business, one of the first things you want to do is to think about the risk you can help this person to remove. So what is my goal for you in this training? My goal is to teach you how to leverage the psychology of risk aversion to increase recruitment, increase your recruitment quotient, to use it to create urgency and to drive prospects to join your team. That is what we're going to learn. So this, I told you guys, is going to be a masterclass. So I want you to pay attention. I want you to learn as much as you can, right? We're going to understand and then identify the fears of your prospects. You will learn how to identify and understand the fears of your prospect. What will you do when you're discussing with somebody? A lot of the things we're going to be talking about are going to be very psychological, right? Those of you who have done NLP will understand what I'm talking about. You're going to learn how to reframe your business opportunity as a solution to these fears. So one of the first things is, first of all, you identify the fears, right? You identify the fears, know their fears, and then you pick your business and you reframe your business opportunity, this business we're doing, as the solution to their fear. Because you want them to buy something you have, but you must first of all create the market. You create the market by understanding, identifying their fears and putting it in front of them. For some people, they know these fears are there, but the fear is behind them. It's not in front of them. They are not confronting their fears. We want to bring the fears to fore so they can see, they can confront it, right? And then we now reframe our business opportunity as the solution to the fear, right? And then you also learn how to use language that emphasizes risk avoidance and security, right? You will learn how to use the kind of language, Jim Brown said it, that the English dictionary has over 50,000 words. Which one? How many of them do you command? So we're going to learn that. So I will be giving you some. I love to call them scriptlets, not scripts, right? Because they are very tiny scripts, 1 or 2 lines, scriptlets that you can infuse in your conversation. These are things that you want to learn and learn how to use them, and put them out and use them. They are when you get the PDF, everything is there for you. Use these scriptlets, right? And in your conversation with people, as you close them down, in your conversation as you run presentations, and you also learn to implement persuasive techniques to turn skepticism to commitment, right? Now, we're not telling you that when you use this system, everybody you speak to will join you now. But what I'm telling you, if you use this system, the odds of closing people will increase and more people will live through to their commitments and join you eventually as you run your business. So I need everybody to be with me as we take you through this training today. So first of all, I want us to look at the psychology of risk aversion. Before you can be able to sell effectively to anybody, the first thing we must do is to understand why people make decisions. Why people make decisions? Why do they make decisions to join our business? You see, research has shown, and I said this earlier, right, that human beings are more motivated by the desire to avoid loss than by the potential to gain something. So we are more motivated by the desire to avoid losing than gaining. And the concept is a concept known as loss aversion. We have this aversion to loss. We don't want to lose anything. That's why when I show people the business, I say, I have lost money before. I don't want to lose money again. They are thinking about the money they will lose. If they know that they sign up today and by tomorrow they have their money back, guaranteed they will join. But because of the potential of loss, people avoid making decisions. So I want you to keep some core principle in mind as you discuss with people. And there are 3 things I want you to keep in mind. Number 1, fear is a more powerful motivator than gain. Type it down. Fear is a more powerful motivator than gain. Type it in the chat room or write it down, right? Fear is a more powerful motivator than gain. People are more likely to act to avoid pain or risk than to pursue a reward. All of you here, everybody here, you are saying business is difficult, you don't have power, you don't have strength, you cannot do the business, it is difficult. It is because the motivator is not there. Let me give you an example. If somebody kidnaps your child, if somebody kidnaps your child, I know some of you are saying God forbid, but it's just an example. If they kidnap your child and they take your child to Sambisa, they do a video of your child and send to you, and they tell you the ransom is not money. The ransom is you going to recruit 20 people in 7 days. If you don't recruit 20 people in 7 days, we're going to chop off the head of your child. I want you to come to a chat room and tell me how many people you will recruit in 7 days. Even though you have all the problems you have today, People are not joining you. You don't have money to do adverts. You don't have anybody on your network. You don't know how to present. You don't know how to talk. You don't know anything. If they tell you that they will chop off the head of your child, your 3-year-old child, if you don't recruit 20 people in 30 days, in 7 days, how many people will you recruit? That's question number one. I want you to answer in the chat room. Only one person has answered. 2 people. How many people will you recruit? You see, if you don't recruit the 20 people in 7 days, how many will you recruit? Nobody is even telling me 20. Everybody is recruiting 30. Someone said 20 or give them extra 10. 50 people. That's the truth. You still don't know how to run the business. You still have challenges, money problem. All those things are still there, but yet you recruited 30. Now, let me ask you the second part to this question. How many days will you take to recruit 30? Will you take 7 days? How many days will you take to recruit the 30? I need your answer. Drop your answer in the chat room. I know that people that would have told themselves, if I drop any chat in this chat room, let my hand bend. They say they give you 5 days to recruit 20 people. How many days will it take you? Somebody said 5 days. Somebody said a day. Somebody said 3 days. You know that for every day you don't have that 20 set, your 3-year-old child is in Sambisa. You don't know whether snake will bite him. You don't know whether scorpion will sting him. You don't know what is going to happen. Some of you will do that 20 in 3 hours. You will tell them, is that all? Yes. They'll say, madam, you tell them, you're wasting my time. I want to start recruiting. It is because there is a powerful motivator for you. For many of you, the reason why you struggle in your network marketing business is because you don't have any powerful motivator that gives fear. When there is fear, the motivation goes up. People are more likely to act to avoid pain or risk than to pursue a reward. There are people who run this business very well only when house rent is coming. In case you don't know, there are people who run this business very well only when school fees is coming. And they're in the business of encode and cash and chop, encode and cash and chop. They gather the money and then they go to what they want to do and they allow everybody go off and die off again. For that brief period, they're able to do the business. But what they don't do is develop the people that are doing the business with me. So, are we following? If you're with me, come to the chat room and type, I am with you. So when we understand this, it takes away the drama. The second key principle I want you to keep in mind is that loss aversion, right? Loss aversion triggers action. Loss aversion triggers action. When you highlight what somebody stands to lose if they don't take action, it is more persuasive than talking about what they could gain. When you are discussing with your prospects, if your discussion is more focused on what they stand to lose if they don't take action, it is a more persuasive discussion than what they can gain, right? If they take action, it's more persuasive. Are we listening? I'm telling you today, showing you today how you can sell your business by emphasizing on the risk-based selling. So the first key principle I gave you was fear is a more powerful motivator than gain. The second principle I'm giving you is loss aversion triggers action. So I am telling you that people tend to take action. When you highlight what somebody stands to lose, if they don't take action, it is a more persuasive argument. It's a more persuasive way of talking than telling them what they stand to gain. And the third key principle I want you to keep in mind is people seek security. People seek security, right? In times of uncertainty, people prioritize protecting what they already have over taking risk for potential rewards, right? So they try to prioritize what they already have. So when somebody already has a roof over his head and he knows that if he doesn't pay the rent, that roof is going to go out, he takes more action to keep the roof over his head than when you are telling him, come and do this business, and then you will buy a Lincoln Navigator. So based on the understanding, I'm going to give you an action exercise today, right? I'll give you an action exercise, and I want each of you to have that action exercise and do it, right? Once you get the PDF, the action exercise is also in the PDF, so you can take it from there and run it. So the action exercise is very simple. Think about your own buying decisions, right? Reflect about the last significant thing you purchased. Did you buy it to gain something, or were you trying to avoid a risk or solve a problem? Think about the car you bought. Why did you buy the car? Did you buy your car just because you want to have a car? Just because it feels good having a car? Or did you buy your car because you wanted to be able to transport yourself better, more freely, easier, at your own convenience? Why did you buy your car? My first car I bought I bought it, I don't know whether it's 7th hand or 8th hand, but all I know, the only reason I bought that car was because when I came into Abuja fresh, I had a box, one of these small Ecolab boxes. I used that box to put my computer, maintenance, textbooks, 2 of them, put my tools, put everything. The box was really heavy. I use that box as my office, and I use that box to go around the whole of Abuja to do my business. Then, so when I made enough money to buy my first car, I bought the car, and the reason I bought that car was so that I could use that car as my workshop. And I bought the car, I put that box straight immediately from where I bought the car in the boot. It never left the boot again, because that was what I was looking for the car for, to ease my life. So write down your thoughts and identify how risk influenced your decision. Write it down. The essence of this exercise is to help you understand the prospect, the mindset of the prospect. So you want to be able to get into the mindset of the prospect and say, okay, based on what I have, how can my business alleviate the risk that my prospects is going to face? So think about it. So next, we're going to look at identifying your prospects' pain points and fears. You're identifying your prospects' pain points and fears. When you meet somebody and you're discussing with him, how do you identify their pain points and their fears? So the first step in using this risk elimination method to sell your business is to understand the core fears of your target market. You can't sell any solution to somebody if you don't know what problem you are solving. So if you want to come and sell something to me, what problem are you solving for me? Did I tell you I'm poor? Did I tell you I'm broke? So what problem are you coming to solve for me with my business? What you want to address are their pain points and their fears. And I'll give you quickly 5 common fears to address when you speak to your prospect. The first one is financial insecurity. This is worries about not having enough savings. They can be worries about not having enough savings, worries about losing their job, worries about not being able to pay their bills. That is financial insecurity. That's the first fear you must address with our business if you want people to join your team. No matter how they look, people have these worries. Financial insecurity, worries about not having enough money in savings, not having cash flow, losing their job, or not being able to pay your bills. The second fear you want to address is lack of control over income. Lack of control over income. Fear of being dependent on a single source of income. You want to address that too. If you are paying attention, come to the chat room and type, I am paying attention. I know I'm saying this thing, this deep, so that we understand this is how you close people down. Closing is all about language. Today, with what is happening in the economy in Nigeria today, people are beginning to understand how sinister it is to have one income source. You have only one source of income. They increase minimum wage to 70,000 naira, from 30 to 70,000 naira thereabouts. I know that I'm correct, because the cost of fuel went up to 600 naira per liter, and they increased it. People went to demonstrate, blah, 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 and they came and they increased it. And then the cost of fuel has doubled again. Minimum wage has not been increased. People now understand that the job is a big scam. They give you one step forward, throw you 2 steps backwards. So people are becoming more open-minded. I'm seeing a lot more people who are no longer paying attention to our business coming back to tell me, okay, please, can I get my username and password? What can I do to run my business? They are coming back, even though some are quitting. Guess what? Some are still coming back, because they quit before. They went outside and they discovered that there is nothing for them there. Now they're coming back. But some who are in the business they are thinking that outside is better. And then when they go outside, they are bombarded by life. We expect you back in the next 6 months, 1 year, 2 years. We expect you back, because that one income source is a sinister plot, and you want that is designed to hold you down, and you want to address that. The third fear to address is unpreparedness. Unpreparedness for emergency. Unpreparedness for emergency. Anxiety about sudden expenses like medical bills, car repairs, and the rest of them. You are driving on your own. You respect traffic lights. Your salary is not, you have budgeted everything, and you are just going on your own. And you got to the traffic light, and somebody just slammed into your car for no reason, jumping the traffic light. And the man comes out and lies down on the ground and says, please, Biko, and started begging you. He doesn't have third-party insurance, he doesn't have anything, and he's begging you. What do? Now you have no money. Now you have sudden emergency. They tell you, somebody has gone to the hospital, you need to come and take care of your child in the hospital. You need to pay an emergency 200,000, 500,000 naira. Where's the money going to come from? Anxiety about sudden expenses. People are not prepared for these things. These are some fears that you can, some pain points that you can sell that will make people begin to rethink their stubbornness and their refusal to join the business. The third fear you want to address, the fourth fear rather, is retirement concerns. Fear of not having enough money saved for retirement. A lot of people are approaching that. And this is what you want to use as you discuss with people. You can throw this in during presentations. People who are here sitting down, you're looking. You feel the way you are right now, the way you've been in the next 5, 10 years, you will retire. Ask those who have retired what life is like for them. Based on their answer, take action today and start saving money for retirement. These are concerns people have. People who don't even work even have it worse for themselves. So you must build something and save for your future generation. For the future. And the fifth one is the fear of regret. And that is missing out on opportunity to secure your financial future. You want to address these 5 fears: financial insecurity, lack of control over your income, unpreparedness for emergency, retirement concerns, fear of regret. If I'm communicating with you, come to the chat room and type, you are still communicating with me. I'm teaching you, telling you how to speak the language that opens the pockets of prospect. You think people are going to join you because you're telling them come and do one business and they want to write 208,000 every day? No, they're going to join you because you are touching their pain point. They're going to join you because you are touching their pain point. The average person is going through pain, and the average person needs solution. Come to the chat room and type, you are still communicating with me. So the question is, you want to address their pain points, right? How do you even discover the pain points of your prospect? How? For so many people, we have a system we use to capture the pain points of people. It's called surveys. It's called questionnaires. You want to ask your prospect direct questions about their financial concern. You want to ask them, as you prospect people, what is your biggest financial worry right now? Or you want to ask them, what's your plan if your current income stops unexpectedly? It's a questionnaire. We have these questions in our questionnaire. I designed a questionnaire for this particular program, and I will also include that questionnaire in what I will send out, so you can have those questionnaires, and those questions, you can use those questionnaires as you discuss with people, right? As you discuss with people, I will create a PDF for the questionnaire too, so you can have that, and you can use that as you communicate with people, as you chat with people, as you're trying to close people online. You can use that. So one of the ways is through questionnaires, surveys, asking them questions, direct questions. What's your biggest financial worry right now? If your income stops today, how long will it take you to run out of savings? The second step is one-on-one conversations. Listen more than you talk. You want to identify their pain points? Listen more than you talk. When you ask a question, listen. Use open-ended questions to get prospects to reveal their fears. Open-ended questions, not questions. Open-ended questions are questions that demands them to answer with a sentence and not with a yes or no. A closed question is something like, what is your name? John. Do you like me? No. Is that food sweet? No. But an open-ended question demands they speak for a while. So what kind of question can you have with people in a one-on-one conversation? Ask them questions like, how secure do you feel with your current income source? They will tell you, they'll start talking. You want to ask them something like, what would you do if an unexpected financial emergency occurred today? What will you do? An unexpected emergency just occurred. What will you do? These are open-ended questions that gets people into conversation. You can create on social media. You can create a pool on Facebook. You can go to Facebook and create a pool and post it on Facebook. In the WhatsApp chat group you belong, you can put a poll there to gauge people's fears and concerns. This can be your questionnaire, your eligibility link. You take your questionnaires, put them in a Google form and post it, and people will fill it. And based on that, you can call them. The questionnaires are meant to track the pain points of people. And then you can call them and you can invite them into a presentation and show them what we have to alleviate those fears. So I'm going to give you another action exercise, right? What you're going to do, of course, it's also in the PDF you'll see. Write down the top 5 fears your prospects are facing. The top 5 fears you feel prospects you speak to face. And for each fear, I want you to brainstorm how joining our business can mitigate the risk, right? For example, if somebody tells you they have a fear, the fear is job loss. The solution that your business provides is a secondary stream of income for financial stability. Their job is a primary income stream. Our business gives you a backup. It's a secondary income stream. It gives you cash flow advantage, something you can do in your spare time that can give you extra cash flow as backup, just in case, because you don't own the job. You don't know what can happen. If their fear is medical emergency, the solution in the action exercise should be our business gives you extra funds to handle unexpended expenses. If their fear is not saving for retirement, our business gives you passive income to build a retirement cushion. Yes, you're not saving. You have your job. You have not been saving, but you have been eating well. Good. Keep on eating. But do our business. And from the money in our business, save for retirement, because you will grow old, whether you like it or not. So I want us to perform the action exercise. You will see it in the PDF. Next, I want us to look at how to frame your business opportunity around risk elimination. I want to show you how to frame your business opportunity around risk elimination. So once you understand the fears of your prospect, right? Once you understand the fears of your prospect, the next step you want to take is to frame your offer as a way to either eliminate totally or reduce those risks you've identified. So how do you reframe that? How do you do that? Now, let's look at a traditional approach, right? You can tell somebody, you already identified their fears, and you tell the person, join our team and earn extra income. That's the traditional approach, right? Join our team and earn extra income. Join our team and become financially free and make money. You're telling somebody that is you selling the gain, not the risk. So what is the risk elimination approach? I'm teaching you how you can do this now, right? So instead of telling somebody, join our team and earn extra income, you use the risk elimination approach and you tell the person, what would happen if you suddenly lost your job? Would you have enough savings to last you for the next 6 months? Joining our team ensures you have a second income stream, so you are never left vulnerable. Can you see that? So instead of just telling him, join our team and make extra income, when you want to use the risk elimination method, you say something like, what would happen if you suddenly lost your job today? Would you have enough money saved, or do you have enough money saved that will last you for the next 6 months? Joining our team ensures you have a second income stream, so you are never left vulnerable. That is a way you can frame your business opportunity around risk elimination. So when you pick the PDF, study it, and use that strategy to do that of every other problem that you can identify, every other fear. But I'll give you a messaging technique for framing. I'll give you a format you can use. I just gave you an example. So I'll give you a format that you can use. First, number one, start with the pain point. Something like, I understand the anxiety that comes from relying on an individual, on a single income source. I understand the anxiety that comes from relying on a single income source. That is you, starting with the pain point, which is their single income source. I understand how that is. You can talk about that a little. The next step is to highlight the consequences. I call that squeeze the consequences, right? When you see the pain point, hold that pain point and squeeze it. Imagine losing your job tomorrow. How would you handle rent? How would you handle school fees? How would you handle unexpected expenses? How will you handle medical bills? How will you handle school feeding your family? Imagine losing your job tomorrow. This has happened to a whole lot of people. Then what next? Present your solution. What is the solution? Our business. How do you present your solution? Joining this business gives you a financial safety net, so you never have to worry about a single income source failing anymore. How does that sound to you? I gave you effective messaging techniques for framing. I'll take that again so you understand it. And there are 3 steps to frame your message to people. Step number 1, start with the pain point. You've identified the pain point by your conversation. Then what do? I understand the anxiety that comes from relying on a single income source. Because now you're talking about somebody who has a single income source. So you've identified it. You started with that. The second thing you want to do is to highlight the consequences, right? Highlight it by squeezing it, so you know that they have a single income source. So how do you highlight it? Imagine losing your job tomorrow. How would you handle rent? How would you handle bills? How would you handle unexpected expenses? How would you handle those things, all those negative happening to you? Then the third point, present your solution. How do you present your solution? Joining this business gives you a financial safety net, so you never have to worry about a single income source failing again. Very simple. These are just tiny scripts, call them scriptlets. I'm throwing all over the place that will help you to be able to effectively run your business. I expect you to pay attention. That's why I didn't share my screen, so you can pay attention and listen and understand. And then later on, you can take the PDF and work on it. And when you get the PDF, go and print it. Go to a cyber cafe, print out this PDF, and then sit with the PDF and study it and try to use it over and over again. By the time you have studied and you have tried all I'm telling you for the next 3 weeks to 1 month, you will become so good at discussing this business, it will just be like second nature to you, right? So for your action exercise, I want you to rewrite your business pitch using risk elimination approach. Focus on highlighting the risk your prospects are currently facing and how this opportunity will eliminate or reduce the risk, right? So you will get the action exercise in the PDF, take it and work on it, right? These are conversations you are having with people, and these are closing conversations with people who have seen the presentation. As you discuss with them, listening to what they are saying, you want to sell the business to them by risk elimination. One other thing you want to learn how to do in the risk elimination technique is using stories and testimonials to eliminate risk perception. We want to reduce the perception people have of risk. So what do? We use stories. We tell you that facts tell, stories sell. Use stories of people to eliminate risk perception. You reduce how much they perceive the risk based on the stories you tell. The truth is that people trust real life stories more than statistics. They trust real life stories more than statistics or sales pitch. When prospects see how your business has helped others to avoid financial risk, they become more likely to see the value in joining your team. When they see how your business has helped other people, they become more likely to see the value in joining your business. Very important. So based on that, you want to learn how to tell stories. You want to learn how to tell stories. When you tell your stories, people will naturally begin to join you more, right? So there are some effective story tips, telling tips I'll give to you, right? The first one is use specific examples in your stories. Share how someone in your team was able to pay off a debt, save for emergency, achieve financial independence, right? Those things that bite the regular person. Share stories. We have the story of Dominion, how they were living in a shanty and how through this business, she was able to build a house for her mom. And today, they are living better. Those are the kind of stories you want to sell. Stories of how people use this business, they proceed from this business and transform their lives. The next tip, so I said share specific example. Look for example. I just gave you one. They are there in the team. Dominion, a 17-year-old girl who joined this business, who was living in a hut with her mom, and how she used this business to build a 2-bedroom flat for her mom, complete with POP ceiling, roof and everything, and gave her mother the good life. How she wasn't able to go to school in Nigeria because there was no money, but how by using this business, she was able to take herself to African Leadership University in Rwanda, sponsoring herself and her younger sister. These are some of the stories that we've heard in the business. Next tip, you want to focus on the transformation. Highlight the change from the financial insecurity to stability after joining your business. Highlight it. Because of this business, she was able to build a house for her mom. Because of this business, from the money she made from the business, she was able to train herself in the university. Highlight this benefit. Because of this business, Mr. John no longer has rent problem. His rent is always ready on time. Highlight the focus on the transformation. And then you want to leverage emotional triggers. Leverage emotional triggers. Remember what I told you? People buy from you emotionally and justify it logically. They don't join this business because they saw one on the left, one on the right. They join this business because they saw somebody crying during presentation. So use stories that evoke emotions as they create a deeper connection and motivate action. Use stories that make people emotional. Find the stories. They are there. As these stories make people emotional, and when people are emotional, people are able to take action, right? So you use stories and testimonials to eliminate risk perception or reduce their perception of risk. So for your action exercise, what I want you to do is to identify 1 or 2 success stories from existing team members. Let's get one. Craft these into powerful narratives that emphasize how your business helped them eliminate risk and secure their financial future. So get the stories, learn the stories, and tell the stories. Tell the stories and end up, if it could happen for them, it can happen for you. If it could happen for Dominion, it can happen for you. If it could happen for Imelda, it can happen for you. Imelda was our Uber seller. If it could happen for John, it can happen for you. That is how you do it. And then, of course, use the normal way we close people down by asking them the question, Mr. Prospect, what is the way forward towards getting you started right away, right? So we'll come to that later. We're not done. The next thing I want us to do, run out of time. All right. The next thing we're going to do is learn how to use hypnotic language and psychological triggers. We're going to learn how to use hypnotic language and psychological triggers to get people to do what we're telling to them, right? That's some extras from hypnosis. I told you guys I was going to do a training on conversational hypnosis, but I've not done that yet. Hypnotic language uses subtle suggestions that influence a prospect's mind, helping them visualize the security of your business that your business can offer. Hypnotic triggers go into your mind and works from the mind. They are subtle suggestions that influence a prospect's mind, right? Helping them visualize the security your business can offer them. Now, one of the most common elements of types of hypnosis today that people do without even knowing is it's called reciprocity, right? Reciprocity. And this Aboki that sells suya do it a lot. You go to where they sell suya or where they sell kilishi, and you are passing on your own, going your own merry way. What would the suya seller do? They just call you, my friend, my friend, my friend, my friend. They cut small suya for you, put it in the pepper, and give you to test. You test it, you are hypnotized already. Almost 90% of people who take that thing and test it, buy from them. Even if you're going to buy the smallest amount possible, but you must buy something. It is hypnosis. It's called reciprocity. People feel that when they take from you, they need to give back to you, right? There are some key phrases you want to start incorporating in your conversations that helps to bring out psychological triggers. Now, this is not reciprocity, but these are psychological triggers, hypnotic languages, right? You can have a phrase like, imagine how secure you would feel knowing that if your main income source stops, you have a backup that is ready for you. Imagine how secure you will feel knowing that if this one stops, there's a backup for you. So you want to learn how to incorporate that phrase in your discussions. Imagine how secure you will feel knowing that if your main income stops, you have a backup that is ready. Another phrase you want to incorporate is, what would it be like to never have to worry about emergency expenses again? What would it feel like to you to never have to worry about emergency expenses again? These are things that you're bringing, psychological triggers you're using. Another one you want to use is something like, how much longer can you afford to rely on just one income source? Let me show you how to protect yourself from that risk. How much longer can you afford to rely on one income source? Let me show you how to protect yourself from that risk. These are hypnotic languages you want to use. And there's something that's called the open loop technique. In the open loop technique, what you do is that you create curiosity and the need for closure by leaving an idea unfinished. You create curiosity by leaving an idea unfinished. An example, what if there's a way to safeguard your financial future? I will share more about that with you later. You are creating curiosity. What if there's a way to secure your financial future? What if there's a way for you to never be afraid of your bills anymore? I will share more about that with you in a moment. Now, the guy wants to know more. He wants to know more. So for your action exercise, I want you to craft a script using hypnotic language to introduce your business opportunity, practicing delivering it to ensure it sounds natural and engaging. And you want to use this, you can use this at the beginning of your presentation, right? What if there's a way to secure your financial future? What if there's a way for you to be able to take care of your bills without stress? I'm going to share that with you in the course of this meeting, and people will sit down and wait for you to share it with them. The next thing I want to talk about is creating urgency based on risk. Creating urgency based on risk. We need to learn that because these are closing. To close the deal, you want to learn how to create urgency. But instead of using your normal generic scarcity technique that most of us use, right? You want to focus on the risk of not taking action. Your focus should be on the risk of not taking action. So I'll give you a very simple script you can use. Number one, the longer you wait to create an extra income stream, the more likely you are risking your financial security. Why not protect yourself now? The longer you wait to create an extra income stream, the more you are risking your financial security. Why not protect yourself right away? What do you add to this? What is the way forward towards getting started right now? Simple. Another one, every day you don't act is a day you are leaving your finances exposed. Every day you don't take action is a day you leave your finances exposed. You don't know what can happen. Let us start today and safeguard your future right away. What is the way forward towards getting you started right now? Create urgency. Another one, imagine looking back a year from now and realizing you could have been in a completely different financial position if you had taken action today. This has happened to so many people before us. So you know what? Why don't you take action? What is the way forward towards getting you started right away? Imagine looking back a year from now and realizing you could have been in a completely different financial position if you had taken action today. That is you closing based on urgency and creating urgency based on risk. So why don't you get started right away? What is the way forward towards getting you started right away? What are the next steps towards getting you started right away? So for your action exercise, I want you to practice closing with urgency by emphasizing the risk of delaying. Practice it, closing with urgency by emphasizing the risk of delaying. Record yourself and listen how you sound, right? Do it, listen how you sound. You want to use your phone to listen how you sound to people. Record, delete, record, delete. And by the time you get good, you like what you're doing, go practice on people. Adjust your tone, adjust your language to sound authentic and confident. You must not be shouting, but your voice can go through undulating tones to help you reach deeply into the people. So, in conclusion, what we have done today is that we have been learning how to implement and master the art of risk-based selling. This approach I just gave you today requires practice and consistency, but when it is mastered, it will drastically increase your conversion rates. People buy not because of the benefit you offer them, I said that at the beginning, but because you eliminate the fear that is holding them back. Everybody wants success, but people have fear. Your job is to learn how to navigate those fears and be able to get them to open their wallets and give you the money with you to sign them into the business. So for your final action steps, there are 3 things I want you to do. Number 1, rewrite your scripts using the principle of risk elimination. So based on your conversations, those conversations you'll be having with people, go and rewrite them, right? And I gave you the action steps on what to do, on how to do it. Number 2, practice with your team to refine your delivery. Look for 1 or 2 downlines, sit down with them, practice with them to refine how you deliver these scripts. And number 3, I want you to track your results and adjust your approach based on feedback. Track your results, adjust your approach based on feedback. If you take the system I've given to you today and you go out and you run what we are telling you to do, the result you're going to create in your business is going to be incredible. What I gave you today is a masterclass, and I made it as brief as I could. I didn't want to pull out the whole deal and get people overwhelmed, but you have enough to take and to practice, and you're going to produce results that will blow your mind. So starting today, start selling risk elimination instead of selling the gain, because people are more inclined to do what you're telling them to do based on you helping them avoid risk than them having to gain something, right? So thank you so much, everyone, for being with me during this training. Go and practice what we have told you.